welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and this is a weekly show where advertisers watch other advertisers' ads and debate what's good and bad about them. I'm proud to say that we are partnered with the Conscious Advertising Network, so please go and check those guys out after the show. But let's meet this week's guests.
Hi, I'm Pollyanna Ward, and I lead the paid social media at Wix, the UK DIY retailer.
Hi, I'm Anu Memi. I'm the digital lead for the EMEA region for a sports nutrition brand called Quest Nutrition.
And hi, I'm Jerry Dakin. I'm the EMEA Media Director at GSK Consumer Healthcare.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, guys. I'm really excited about this show. We're going to be talking about an ad, but it's actually been one of the most searched, the most talked about ads in the last 7 days. And this was a tweet by the auto manufacturer Audi. So let's have a look at it. And if you can see at the top, it says, "Let your heart beat faster in every aspect." And Jeremy Vine wrote on Twitter that this was the most revolting car advert he had ever seen. It actually radiates danger. Someone called DJ BT tweeted, "Let's add it up. This is red equals eroticism, sports car equals substitute for potency, animal print equals, an animal print mini skirt equals sex appeal, and banana equals phallic symbol." Someone else said this is tasteless, a child in front of the grill who's hardly visible from the driver's seat. What kind of advertising is this? And Mark Cruiser, an engineer and blogger, said that, well, for me, the message is Audi RS4 equals family car. Just as my own daughter makes your heart beat faster, so does the RS4. And of course, both are cool. Someone else said, "I'm a father of 3, my kids love bananas and they ask for them all the time." And someone said, "Seeing a kid with a banana looks like everyday life to me. And if that's suggestive to you, I pray that you never have kids." But Audi apologized. They said, "We hear you, let's get this straight. We care for children. The RS is a family car with over 30 driver assistance systems, including emergency brake. And that's why we showcased it with lots of different family members, not just this one image of the girl." And they're actually investigating how it came to be published. Anu, what did you think when you first saw the ad?
So I felt a lot of empathy for the marketing team, and the reason I'll start with that is being a marketer myself and having worked in a really crowded, competitive online space, we're under a lot of pressure to produce something different. So, certainly the sentiment, behind this advert was not meant to induce any kind of paedophilia thoughts or child abuse. I certainly don't believe that any marketer would get out of bed and do that. So I just want to start by respecting the empathy and sentiment. However, we do have to question the process, the governance and compliance that this advert went through before it was released. And what was the makeup of the marketing team? Did they reflect the diversity of the target audience? So, I agree in isolation, a very beautiful picture of a lovely child. But look at the online environment we're in. We've got Pizzagate, we've got Epstein, we've got all of this environmental stuff going on. And when you release this advert within that environment, all of a sudden what looks like a perfectly innocent, beautiful child is misconstrued in people's minds. And it's not their fault, right?
How about you, Jerry? Did you see it like that?
I found it a very weird ad. Anything aside, it's very weird. I instantly thought it was shocking because why the hell was there a kid in front of a car? And I guess maybe there's some sort of, technology that's meant to detect her or something like that. If they want to show a kid super chilled and relaxed, then, put her on the back seat. Because I think one of their arguments was, it's one of 4 or one of 6 or something creatives. When you see them all together, it's different family members leaning on, being around the car in different ways. It all makes perfect sense. And of course, nobody in the real world consumes your content like that.
And how about you, Pollyanna?
I think when reading some of the comments and what you're mentioning earlier about things like the banana being a phallic symbol and things like that, part of me wonders, and again, you can sort of see the numbers here, and I'm sure Jerry also had a look at these, but this wasn't, as far as I'm aware, promoted. And it is still live on their feed today, which makes me both proud of the fact that they're owning what's happened. They're not going to try and cover it up. It's still on their Twitter page if you do want to go and see it. But the other part of me thinks this isn't part of a huge campaign, and hopefully hasn't been seen by lots and lots of people. And actually the way that people consume on Twitter, you know, it's in one ear and out the other 4 minutes later. So I almost think they've kind of possibly gotten away with it, and no damage done.
So what is the reputational damage to Audi here, Jerry?
I think Mark Witz and I think it was him, wrote an article a year or so ago. I think it was probably on the back of the Peloton bike ads, if you remember that one in the US, which was a sort of fairly sexist, not entirely ideal advert questioning, you know, is there such a thing as bad publicity? And I mean, there is such a thing as bad publicity, but I think if it's kind of a stupid ad and no one deep down inside really thinks it's kind of bad meaning, I don't think so. I think, you know, as Polly says, it's probably not got that substantial a reach, probably more marketers talking about it than there are consumers. And I don't think it's sort of such an awful scourge that it's, you know, would show up in their brand tracking or be remembered by many consumers a while later, which I think in a way is a good thing. Not that we should be creating lots of crazy, bad, scary ads, but I think marketers can get overly sensitive about the kind of the pushback, the backlash. Oh, we got a couple of tweets. You know, I think you have to always look at the bigger picture.
And Anu, have you seen any other examples of ads recently that you felt struck you as being wrong or inappropriate?
Yeah, as a consumer, I came across an advert. I'm a mum. I've got 2 boys, and they grow out of clothes quite quickly, young lads. And I went on to H&M, and I think everybody knows about the advert. And I remember seeing it just as a consumer, because I actually caught that ad browsing in the H&M app, looking for T-shirts and hoodies for my 7-year-old son. And I remember seeing it at the time thinking, am I actually being oversensitive because I'm in marketing? And then just ignoring it. And then lo and behold, 24 hours later, it had hit the news, and I saw the Twitter storm and realized that actually it wasn't just me being sensitive as a marketeer. This was actually a highly controversial ad. And the ad, I think everybody knows, was a young black boy wearing a hoodie which said, the coolest monkey in the jungle. And I think then a couple of weeks later, I was traveling with work. I was outside Gucci, or I was looking at Gucci, as you do when you're waiting at Terminal 5 to catch it, by daydreaming. And of course, I saw their sweater ad.
Oh, I saw this.
And, you know, this wasn't it was actually very close to when the H&M advert happened. And again, one has to question, again, the recruitment policies and the diversity of some of these organizations, because you have to then ask yourself, do the teams making these adverts, are they sensitive to the needs of the audience that they're targeting? And this was actually quite damaging, because a lot of pop stars, celebrities, people with millions and millions of followers then kind of discuss this on a very big platform.
But with the Gucci example, because celebrities saw it, does that almost the influence that they have then catapults it into the ether, and then therefore the world then knows about it, and that's why Gucci would then pull it and make some changes. Whereas I think with the Audi ad, the fact that they have still left it up there. But I think because it's maybe on the unpaid side and it's just organically tweeting, maybe there is an almost element of they can get away with almost chucking things at the wall and seeing what sticks, almost no matter what the controversy is. And I don't really understand that strategy, but I almost wonder whether Gucci got pulled up even more because celebrities saw it.